Today, I'm going to give you 5 reasons why the OPZ is still my favorite Groovebox. Freebeat. Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome to Freebeat, where I post new music-related content every single day, so if that sounds good to you, hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, let's get started. So at this point in my electronic music journey, I've used quite a few Grooveboxes. I've used almost all of the Teenage Engineering pocket operators, which yes, I do classify as Grooveboxes. I've used the Korg Volca drum, which I also classify as a Groovebox because not only can you do drums, but you can do pitched stuff on there as well, and you can sequence over multiple patterns. I've used the Electron model cycles, the model samples. I've had my hands on a Digitact before and been able to use that. I've used, of course, my MPC-1. I've used a lot of different software, including Koala Sampler, as well as things like, full-blown DAWs, Ableton Live. The clip section there is kind of almost Groovebox-like. Even instruments like my Alesis Micron, which, when used in setup mode, can function as basically a full-fledged Groovebox. However, the one Groovebox that I keep coming back to, that I cannot force myself to leave behind, is the Teenage Engineering OPZ. And today I'm going to give you 5 reasons why. Now, of course, like all content here at Freebeat, this is all my opinion. And I'm allowed to have a different opinion than everybody else, just as you are allowed to have a different opinion than everybody else. That's just how it works. So rather than necessarily focus solely on the features of this awesome device today, I want to focus on how those features kind of apply to me and my needs as a musician. So let's go ahead and get started with reason number 1. This is a big one for me. The OPZ skips on a lot of the things that other Grooveboxes focus on in favor of just being able to sequence your music and actually write songs. So it's got very limited sound design, it's got very limited effects, it's got a very limited master section. Now, I know all of those things are important in music, but me coming from a more traditional music background, I don't really jive with all that stuff as much. I just want to be able to get into my different tracks and sequence or program or live record those parts. And that's what the OPZ really lets you do. There's just 2 effect sends, which I usually just keep to reverb and delay. And there's 1 master track, which is more for transposing than it is like mixing or mastering. And the mixer is just accessed by holding down this little button and basically turning the dials that you want to increase or decrease sound-wise. That's really it for all the extra stuff. Everything else is dedicated to actually making your song and writing your music. And I think that's really undervalued in Grooveboxes. It's actually probably my most important thing that I'm learning about myself is that I don't really care for sound design and post-production and all that. I want to take the sounds and actually arrange them into songs. And the OPZ puts that front and center, which is the number 1 reason why I love it. Next up is the size, the portability of the OPZ. I mean, I have small hands. There you go. It's tiny. And I also have really bad ADHD, and I love to pace, and I love to walk all over the place, and the OPZ allows me to do that. I can simply plug in headphones here, walk around the house, and create. You saw a couple weeks ago I took this camping with me. It even has an onboard speaker, so if like inspiration really strikes and all I have is the OPZ, I can still lay down what's in my head really quick and not have to worry about, losing it. And I know a lot of others agree with me because that is frequently listed as everybody's favorite thing about the OPZ is the portability factor. Number 3 is kind of in the same vein as number 2 in terms of convenience and portability, but on a device this small, it still allows you to have up to 10 different projects, which you can even chain together to make longer songs. Each project can be up to 16 patterns long, and each pattern can be up to, I believe, 9 measures long. So that's really, really cool. Pretty flexible in terms of song design. You can actually use step components to take that even further. So despite how small it is, you still get plenty of sequenceable space. Number 4 is simply how intuitive this device is to use without a screen once you get the basics down. This is truly one of the most ingenious workflows I've ever seen in terms of using the track and shift buttons in combination with basically every other button and dial to get where you're going. And it works flawlessly once you have a solid understanding of the device. So let's say I've got a pattern right here I want to copy. I can simply hold project, press shift, to copy it and then paste it into whatever slot I want. Let's say I only want to copy the bass track. Well, we can select the bass track, hold project, this time tap shift 3 times, and then paste it where we want to paste it. Now I only have my bass track and nothing else. There's so many little shortcuts like that that just make the OPZ such an incredible device to use. Lastly is the tape track and the performance track. These are 2 non-audio tracks that basically give you really fun and unique performance options. But the OPZ goes a step further and lets you record information into those tracks so you can actually sequence those performance options. Let's take a look at this pattern I've got loaded up right here. Let's go to the tape track. We can see I've actually got a little tape magic recorded onto this track. Let's listen. I can record that into my sequence, or I can play it in real time. Same thing with the performance tracks. Each key on the performance track is a different punch-in effect, kind of like on a pocket operator. And just like a pocket operator, I could record, by holding the record button, those punch-in effects into my sequence. Or I can also sequence them into my sequence. Let's take number 8 here, which is an octave drop on the synth tracks, and let's put it right here on the downbeat of beat 2, and we will stretch that out for 2 whole beats. I don't know of any other Groovebox that has the immediacy of fun effects and performance options that the OPZ does. So there you have it, 5 reasons why the OPZ is still my favorite Groovebox, and I can't stop coming back to it. I think this will always have a special place in my heart. It was the second piece of gear I ever bought for the channel, and it just continuously blows my mind. I absolutely love it. So kudos to Teenage Engineering for a fantastic design. I wish it was a little more durable, but I've got other videos talking about that, so check those out if you would like. So I do hope you found this video informative, or at least entertaining. If you did, be sure to leave a like on it. If not, you can always leave a dislike, that's okay too. Doesn't hurt my feelings, just makes me try that much harder next time. Either way, be sure to hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell. Thank you so very much for being here. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.